Today we're going to take a detailed look at one of the humanoid species in Minecraft, the Piglins. These creatures were added in the Nether update 1.16, and with their return to the Nether, the game received an entire set of new biomes and structures built around their behavior and culture. In this video, we'll focus on the full classification of Piglins and the confirmed facts about them. If you want a separate video with theories about their origins and the fall of their civilization, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss it. As I mentioned earlier, these humanoid swines inhabit the Nether and usually travel in small groups of 2 to 4. They live in scattered communities and behave as neutral mobs. That means they can either attack a player or completely ignore them, depending on the situation. Their intelligence is primitive, and because of that, their behavior is straightforward. When they first encounter a player, they become cautious and will attack immediately. But if the player is wearing even a single piece of golden armor, they instantly switch to a friendly state and stop seeing the player as a threat. Standard adult piglins come into basic combat variants. One carries a golden sword and the other carries a crossbow, and each of these weapon types has a 50% chance to spawn. There is also a 40% chance they appear wearing a random piece of gold armor, and if they are killed, that armor has an 5% chance of dropping. Their gear is weak, but gold is the only metal available in the Nether that can be handled safely, which explains why they rely on it so much. In many of their groups, you can also find baby piglins. For unknown reasons, these young ones never grow up and they don't provide anything useful. They can pick up gold, but unlike adults, they never barter and never give anything in return. Their only real role is to imitate the adults and run away from danger inside bastions. However, you can meet a far more dangerous variant, the Brute. These are larger, stronger piglins dressed in dark clothes, always armed with an axe that deals a lot of damage. Unlike the standard type, they ignore any gold armor the player wears and will always attack on sight. They cannot be bartered with and are considered one of the most dangerous hostile mobs in the Nether. Even a friendly adult piglin becomes aggressive if the player interacts with anything connected to gold. If you break golden blocks, open or destroy chests, barrels, or any containers, they immediately switch to hostility. Their instincts include heightened greed and jealousy. So even if the player is simply holding an item made of gold near them, they will start snorting and watching that item closely. Piglins are also hostile toward wither skeletons and the wither itself. If they encounter these mobs, they will begin fighting them immediately, while baby piglins run for safety. These creatures are also afraid of zombified piglins, soul fire, soul torches, soul lanterns, soul campfires, and anything connected to the soul flame. When chasing a player, they ignore soul block effects, but the sight of zombified piglins or zoglins forces them to retreat. Another interesting behavior is their hunting interaction with hoglins. A hunt begins randomly if the number of piglins is higher than the number of hoglins. After a successful hunt, there is a 10% chance that the hunters will perform a short victory dance, which is one of the most unique details of their lives. Now let's talk about the benefits they provide to the player. Because they love gold so much, they will eagerly pick up any golden items dropped on the ground. When an adult picks up a gold ingot, it examines it closely and then gives the player one random item from the bartering list die. With an 8.71% chance, the bartering reward can be blackstone, gravel, spectral arrows, nether bricks, soul sand, leather, a fire charge, crying obsidian, or regular obsidian. With a 4.36% chance, you can receive string or nether quartz. With a 2.18% chance, the reward might be iron nuggets, a water bottle, or ender pearls. With a 1.74% chance, they can throw a splash or regular fire resistance potion, or iron boots with the soul speed enchantment. And with a 1.09% chance, You can receive an enchanted book with a random level of soul speed. Because of this bartering system, piglins play a huge role in speedrunning. Runners often gather large amounts of gold just to trade for ender pearls, which are needed to activate the end portal later in the run. This makes piglins essential in the fastest routes to beating the game. But this raises several questions. How did these creatures end up in the Nether in the first place? How did a seemingly advanced society with organized structures and strict hierarchies degrade into scattered primitive tribes? Why do they hate with their skeletons so much? And why are they terrified of their zombified counterparts? And where did the Nether fortresses and the enormous bastions come from? All of these questions led to much bigger theories about their history, their fall, and the reasons their civilization collapsed. We'll explore that in upcoming videos, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss more detailed facts and deeper Minecraft lore.